All right, y'all, we are in the final stretch. I know this is a lot of information. And again, just everything is available for you consistently throughout the year. So please don't feel like you need to memorize every little thing. We're completely here to help guide you, and everything's in this club manual or on our website, or you can always stop by as well. So we're almost there in the final stretch. And I'm briefly just going to share with you a bit about your advisors and coaches. So every club, every chapter, every sport club has to have a faculty staff advisor assigned, whom you choose. You get to choose who that person is. So they have to be a full-time faculty or staff member. So they are really a soundboard for you around policies at NAU. They're really somebody to help guide your organization, guide you as an individual. These are potential people to give you letters of recommendation, to speak about how great you were as a club president. Wonderful resources for you. Every club is different in terms of their relationship with their advisor. So some clubs are like, I don't know who my advisor is. And we're going to encourage that not to happen. So again, they are really meant to be your first line of defense. If you will run into issues or have questions or anything like that, they're your first support outside of your officers and that kind of thing. So we really, really encourage you to connect with them at least twice a month, especially as you're about to start a brand new school year. We highly recommend you reach out to them, say, hey, can we meet up? Can you buy me a cup of coffee? They usually will. Or can we just connect about our plans for our organization this year? As I was saying, every club relationship is different with their advisors. So you get those on the one end we mentioned, but also you get those who are very, very involved. So I advise ASNAU. ASNAU being a very high profile organization, they have a very large budget. There's a lot going, it's huge. There's over almost 50 students who are hired into that organization. I am very involved in that organization because of how high profile they are, and have great relationships with the students who lead that organization. Then you get those who are kind of in the middle. And that depends on what you want as a club, and then how the advisor approaches things too. So for instance, I'll just use, I'm just gonna keep using the coffee club. So because that's been our example of the day. The coffee club may want some touch bases with their advisor throughout the year, and that's good. Like they don't need anything more than that. Or maybe they want to invite their advisor to come to a couple of their events throughout the year, but their needs aren't so high as such an organization as ASNAU. So this really is a great conversation for you to have with your advisor, again, as you start a brand new academic year, to check in and say what makes sense for you. Our advisors, of course, are full-time faculty staff. They have personal lives, but they choose to advise your organization, usually because they have a personal investment in what you're doing, which is really cool. So they want to be included, but don't expect them to show up to every single thing either. So it really needs to be what works for you and your organization. But again, building that relationship on a personal level is really critical too. Many of you will eventually apply to be for the Gold Axe Award, and part of that is identifying an educator of influence. Not to say it has to be your advisor or anything, it could be whomever you want, but typically it is the club advisor, because those students have built relationships with them and they've been able to see their growth and how much they've led through the club as well. So really emphasizing the need to talk with them. They want to hear from you. They are volunteering to support you. So and they get sad when if they don't hear from you. So please reach out to them. We will be training them tomorrow, all the advisors and coaches. Tomorrow, they'll have a condensed version of this training. And so they'll hear a lot of similar information as you are hearing. If there are any changes to your advisor, or maybe you're having just some issues with an advisor, anything like that, please reach out to us. We're happy to help navigate, or happy to help figure out if it's time to change your advisor as well. That can happen sometimes. Your advisor and their contact information is listed on your TrueBlue Connects page. It would have been submitted during the student organization annual re-registration. So we already have that information. But again, if that's updated, just shoot us an email so we can update our records and be sure that they get trained as well. So again, just really emphasizing the need to build that relationship with them, and they really are your first point of contact when, because it's going to happen, when you run into a bump as a club leader, whether it's, oh, I can't remember how to submit the travel form, or dang it, this member is kind of causing some issues, or anything like that. They really are your first contact. We're always here to do so as well, but the first thing we're going to ask is, have you talked to your advisor? Just highlighting the wonderful Suye. I'm actually getting coffee with her this afternoon. Suye is in the picture here. She advises Katie Kai, one of our United Greek Council, one of our multicultural chapters under the United Greek Council. So she's a wonderful example of an involved advisor who is very close with her students as well. Yeah, so that is advising. If you need any help kind of getting in touch with your advisor, or you've emailed them and you still can't get a hold of them, again, please reach out and we're happy to help facilitate, as they have expectations as well on how to be an engaged advisor or coach. So that's all I've got for advising.